What's up, guys? It's Zero here. Today I'm bringing you another Gears of War E-Day video, so let's get into it. So guys, in this video, we're going to be talking about the story of Gears of War E-Day. And obviously, Gears of War E-Day is my most anticipated game of the future. And, you know, being a longtime Gears of War fan, and I know many of you out there, if you're watching this video, you're more than likely a pretty big Gears of War fan. And a lot of people are been asking so many different questions about Gears of War E-Day, the story, and, you know, what all this game could encompass in terms of multiplayer, to co-op modes, to when is it going to release, and all these different things, because we are all so eager to get our hands on this title, because it's been a long time since we had a Gears of War title. And, you know, with good reason, people are very excited and anticipated for this upcoming title. So I want to talk about an article that came out from Game Rant and Jake S. over there talking about Gears of War E-Day and how it can show an interesting side of the story. So the upcoming Gears of War E-Day has understandably caught the attention of many fans of the long-standing franchise, with the game's return to the roots of the series already feeling like a real breath of fresh air, with a renewed focus on iconic franchise characters like Marcus Fenix and Dominic Santiago in their younger years. E-Day seems to have a winning formula that could lead to plenty of memorable moments. The narrative focus of Gears of War E-Day can still be fresh despite its nature as a prequel, because there are many aspects of the wider Gears of War lore that can be given a much needed and long awaited time in the franchise's spotlight. In particular, Marcus's father, Adam Fenix, is a massively important figure in the Gears of War story, and the upcoming Gears title would be remiss to not showcase Adam's fascinating links to the Locust and his role in how Emergence Day played out. I 100% agree with this. I think there's so much that they could really dive into in terms of the lore, and I think a lot of it could start with Adam Fenix, because obviously, guys, they've made the books, Jacinto's Remnant, to I mean they've made a number of books within Gears of War's franchise, and you know, obviously we've had the games where we've been able to really dive into lore and all of those things. There's a lot of different ways in which they could go about this title with E-Day, and I'm really interested to see what they decide to do. If they're going to put a spotlight on, obviously Marcus and Dom are going to be your, you know, primary, you know, your focal point, right? But at the same time, I think that Adam Fenix could play a pretty big part in this title, where we get some closure on some things. There was a lot of people saying, you know, there was a couple of articles that came out talking about, you know, this could show the inevitable end of Marcus Fenix, you know, his death, like they do a fast forward into the future, following the events of Gears 5, and you see Marcus, you know, die at the very end of Gears of War E-Day. I don't believe they're going to do this. I think that they're going to show the death of Marcus Fenix in Gears 6, which we made a video about already on the YouTube channel. But Adam Fenix is a really interesting kind of wild card in terms of, you know, what could they show us more in depth when it comes to his link to the Locust Horde. And that's going to be really fascinating to me if they really dive deeper into that. One of the things that a lot of people have also been talking about here with Gears of War E-Day is, are they going to have a semi-open world or a full open world like what they were teasing inside of Gears 5? Obviously, Gears 5, guys, we had the semi-open world kind of take on Gears of War, and I wasn't a fan of it. I was all about the valiant effort of them, you know, attempting a semi-open world. I thought it was interesting that they tried it. I don't think that they should do it again. I think that if you're going to do a full-blown open world Gears of War title, it should be a completely separate, you know, entity altogether. Instead of having it within, you know, the main franchise. I just don't like that full open world style Gears of War. I like that linear, dark, gritty horror elements shooter to Gears of War. I just think that it didn't really have a place, in my opinion, within the Gears of War franchise. But look, once again, do I think they're going to do a semi-open world or a full open world in Gears of War E-Day? I do not. I think, you know, and a lot of people might be like, well, Zero, that could really expand lore and stuff, because if it's open world, you could, you know, explore different areas, you could learn more about the story and stuff. I just think that you could tell everything that you need to within a linear story like they've done in a lot of these other Gears of War titles, right? Basically all of them up to this point before Gears 5. You have this linear story, and I think, you know, it's certainly confused some fans of the franchise because in Gears 5, we don't know what's canon moving forward. Did JD die? Did Dell die? It's one of those things like, you know, what are they going to make as canon? And so with this title, though, I do believe that Adam Fenix, I agree with the article, he could be that wild card. He could be a real driving force of, you know, creating some really interesting light bulb moments within the Gears of War franchise, or, you know, some significant plot twists within the lore of Gears of War. It's going to be really fascinating, to say the least, guys. I'm so excited about Gears of War E-Day, and I'm going to be giving you all more information as it comes out. Let me know what you guys think, though. Do you think Adam Fenix is going to play a pivotal role in Gears of War E-Day? And do you think that the Coalition should continue going down the trajectory of what they did with Gears 5, with the semi-open world to a full open world? Like, what do you guys think about all this? Let me know in the comment section down below. And for more Gears of War E-Day content and videos, keep it right here.